Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chapter 7. Shaunaka Uvacha Nirgate Narade Suta Bhagavan Bhadarayanaha Shrutavam Stadabhipretam Tatah Kimakarod Karoddibuhu Karodvibuhu Shrutavamstadavipretam Tatah Kimakarodvibuhu. Rishi Saunaka asked, O Suta, the great and transcendently powerful Vyasadeva heard everything from Sri Narada Muni. So after Narada's departure, what did Vyasadeva do? Suta Uvacha Brahmanadhyam Saraswatyam Ashramah Paschime Tate Shamya Prasa iti Prokta Rishinam Satravardhanaha. Sri Suta said, on the western bank of the river Saraswati, which is intimately related with the Vedas, there is a cottage for meditation at Samyaprasa, which enlivens the transcendental activities of the sages. Tasmin sva ashrame vyaso bhadari shandamandite asinopa upasprushya pranidadyau manasvayam. In that place, Srila Vyasadeva, in his own ashrama, which was surrounded by berry trees, sat down to meditate after touching water for purification. Bhakti yogena manasi samyak pranihite male apashyat purusham purnam mayam cha tadapashrayam. Thus he fixed his mind perfectly, engaging it by linking it in the devotional service, Bhakti Yoga, without any tinge of materialism, and thus he saw the absolute personality of Godhead along with his external energy, which was under full control. Yaya sammohito jiva atmanam nigunaatmakam paropi manutenartham tatkritam chabipadyate. Due to his external energy, the living entity, although transcendental to the three modes of material nature, thinks of himself as a material product and thus undergoes the reactions of the material miseries. Anarthopashamam sakshat bhakti yoga madhokshaje lokasya janato vidvams chakre satvata samhitam. The material miseries of the living entity, which were superfluous to him, can be directly mitigated by the linking process of devotional service. But the mass of people do not know this, and therefore the learned Vyasadeva compiled this Vedic literature, which is in relation to the supreme truth. Yasyam Vaishruyamānāyām Krishne Paramapurushe Bhaktirutpadyate Pumsaha Shokamoha Bhayapaha. Simply by giving oral reception to the Vedic literature, the feeling for loving devotional service to Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, sprouts up at once to extinguish the fire of lamentation, illusion, and fearfulness. Simply by giving oral reception to this Vedic literature, the feeling for loving devotional service to Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, sprouts up at once to extinguish the fire of lamentation, illusion, and fearfulness. Sasamhitam Bhagavatim Krutvanukrumya Chatmajam Shukamadhyapayamasa Nivrutti Munihi. The great sage Vyasadeva, after compiling the Shrimad Bhagavatam and revising it, taught it to his own son, Sri Sukadeva Goswami, who was already engaged in self-realization. Shaunaka uvacha savai nivrutti nirataha sarvatropekshako munihi kasya va bruhati metam atmaramas samabhyasat. Sri Saunaka asked Sutta Goswami, Sri Sukadeva Goswami was already on the path of self-realization, and thus he was pleased with his own self. So why did he take trouble to undergo the study of this vast literature? Sri Saunaka asked Sutta Goswami. Sri Sukadeva Goswami was already on the path of self-realization, and thus he was pleased with his own self. So why did he take the trouble to undergo the study of such a vast literature? Sutta uvacha atma ramascha munayo nirgrantha apyurukrame kurvantyahaitukim bhaktim ittam bhuta guno harihi. All different varieties of Atma Ramas, those who take pleasure in Atma or spirit self, especially those established on the path of self-realization, though freed from all kinds of marital bondage, desire to render unalloyed devotional service unto the personality of Godhead. This means that the Lord possesses transcendental qualities and therefore can attract everyone, including liberated souls. Harer gunakshiptamatir Bhagavan Badarayanihi Adyagan Mahadakyanam Nityam Vishnu Janapriyaha. Srila Sukadeva Goswami, son of Srila Vyasadeva, was not only transcendently powerful, he was also very dear to the devotees of the Lord. Thus, he underwent the study of the great narration, Shrimad Bhagavatam. Parikshitota Rajarsher Janma Karma Vilapanam Samstam Cha Panduputranam Vakshe Krishna Katodhayam. Sutta Goswami thus addressed the rishis headed by Saunaka. Now I shall begin the transcendental narration of the Lord Sri Krishna and the topics of birth, activities and deliverance of King Parikshit, the sage among the kings, as well as the topics of the renunciation of the worldly order by the sons of Pandu. Yada mruge kaurava srunjayanam virepvato viragatim gateshu वृकोदरा विद्ध गदाभिमर्श भग्नोरुदण्डे धृतराष्ट्रपुत्रे भर्तुः प्रियं द्रौणिरिति स्म पश्यन् कृष्णासुतानां स्वपतां शिरांसि उपाहरद्विप्रियमेव तस्य जगुप्सितं कर्म विगर्हयन्ति. When the respective warriors of both camps, namely the Kaurava and the Pandavas, were killed on the battlefield of the Kurukshetra, and the dead warriors obtained their deserved destinations, when the son of Dhritarashtra fell down lamenting, his spine broken, being beaten by the club of Bhimasena, the son of Dronacharya, Ashwattama, beheaded the 5 sleeping sons of Draupadi and delivered them as a prize to his master, foolishly thinking that he would be pleased. Duryodhana, however, disapproved of the heinous act, and he was not pleased in the least. Mata shishunam nidhanam sutanam Mata shishunam nidhanam sutanam nishamya ghoram paritaptamana tadarudvapyakalakulaakshi Okay, there's a typo here. Tadarudvapakalakulashri, that is Sanskrit. Tadarudvashpakalakulakshi tam santvayannaha kiritamali. Okay. Draupadi, the mother of the 5 children of the Pandavas, after hearing of the massacre of her sons, began to cry in distress with eyes full of tears. Trying to pacify her in her great loss, Arjuna spoke thus. Tada suchaste pramrujami bhadre yad brahma vandoho shira atatayinaha gandiva muktair vishikairupahare tvakramya yatsnasyasi dagdhaputra yada suchaste pramrujami bhadre yad brahma bandhoho shira atatayinaha gandiva muktair vishikairupahare tvakramya yatsnasyasi dagdaputra. O gentle lady, when I present you with the head of the Brahmana, after beheading him with the arrows from my Gandiva bow, I shall then wipe the tears from your eyes and pacify you. Then, after burning your sons' bodies, you can take your bath standing on his head. Iti priyam valgu iti priyam valgu vichitrajalpaiः sasantva itvachyuta mitrasutaha अन्वाद्रवद्धंशित उग्रधन्वा कपिध्वजो गुरुपुत्रं रतेन. Arjuna, who is guided by the infallible Lord as friend and driver, thus satisfied the dear lady by such statements. Then he dressed in armor and armed himself with furious weapons, and getting into his chariot, he set out to follow Ashwathama, the son of his martial teacher. Tamapatantam savilakshya दूरात् कुमारहोद् विघ्नमनारतेन पराद्रवत् प्राण परीप्सुरुर्व्याम् यावद्गमं रुद्रभयाद्यताकः. Ashwathama, the murderer of the princess, seeing from a great distance Arjuna coming at him with great speed, fled in his chariot, panic-stricken, just to save his life, as Brahma fled in fear from Shiva. Yada sharanamaatmanam aikshata shantavajinam Astram Brahma Shiro Mene Atmatranam Dvijatmajaha. When the son of the Brahmana Ashwathama saw that his horses were tired, he considered that there was no alternative for protection outside of his using the ultimate weapon, the Brahmastra, nuclear weapon. Atopasprushya salilam sandade tatsam Atopasprushya salilam sandade tatsamahitaha ajanannapi samharam pranakruchra upastite. Since his life was in danger, he touched water in sanctity and concentrated upon the chanting of the hymns for throwing nuclear weapons, although he did not know how to withdraw such weapons. Tataf pradushkrutam tejaha prachandam sarvatodisham pranapadamabhiprekshya vishnum jishnuruvachaha. Thereupon a glaring light spread in all directions. It was so fierce that Arjuna thought his own life in danger, and so he began to address Lord Sri Krishna. Arjuna uvacha Krishna Krishna Mahabaho Bhaktanam Abhayankara Tvameko Dahyamananam Apavargosi Samsrute. Arjuna said, O my Lord Sri Krishna, you are the Almighty Personality of Godhead. There is no limit to your different energies. Therefore, only you are competent to instill fearlessness in the hearts of your devotees. Everyone in the flames of the maternal miseries can find the path of liberation in you only. Everyone in the flames of material miseries can find the path of liberation in you only. Tvamadyah purushas sakshad Ishwarah prakruteh paraha Mayam vyuddhasya chichaktya kaivalye stita atmani. You are the only personality of Godhead who expands himself all over the creations and is transcendental to material energy. You have cast away the effects of the material energy by dint of your spiritual potency. You are always situated in eternal bliss and transcendental knowledge. Sayeva जीवलोकस्य मायामोहितचेतसः विदत्से स्वेन वीर्येण श्रेयो धर्मादिलक्षणम्. And yet, though you are beyond the purview of material energy, you execute the four principles of liberation characterized by religion and so on for the ultimate good of the conditioned souls. Tatayam chavataraste bhruvo bhara jihirshaya swanam chananya bhavanam anudhyanaya chasakrita. Thus, you descend as an incarnation to remove the burden of the world and to benefit your friends, especially those who are your exclusive devotees and are rapt in meditation upon you. Kimidam Svitkruto veti devadeva na vedbhayam devadeva na vedmyaham sarvato mukamayati tejah paramadharunam. Kimidam Svitkruto veti devadeva na vedmayam sarvato mukhamayati tejah paramadharunam. O Lord of Lords, how is it that this dangerous effulgence is spreading all around? Where does it come from? I do not understand it. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Vettedam Drona Putrasya Brahmastram pradarshitam naivadau veda samharam pranabhada upastite. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Know from me that this is the act of the son of Drona. He has thrown the hymns of nuclear energy, Brahmastra, and he does not know how to retract the glare. He has helplessly done this, being afraid of imminent death. Nahyasyan yatanam kinchid astram pratyavakarshanam jahyastra unnadmas astro unnadham astrajno hyastra tejasa nahyasyan yatanam kinchid astram pratyavakarshanam jahyastrateja unnadham astrajno hyasratejasa. O Arjuna, only another Brahmastra can counteract this weapon. Since you are an expert in military science, subdue this weapon's glare with the power of your own weapon. सूत उवाच श्रुत्वा भगवता प्रोक्तं पाल्गुणः परवीरः स्पृष्ट्वापस्तं परिक्रम्य ब्रह्मास्त्रमं संसन्धदे. सूत उवाच श्रुत्वा भगवता प्रोक्तं पाल्गुणः परवीरः स्पृष्ट्वापस्तं परिक्रम्य ब्राह्मं संददे. Sri Sutta Goswami said, hearing this from the personality of Godhead, Arjuna touched the water for purification, and after circumambulating Lord Krishna, he cast his Brahmastra weapon to counteract the other one. Samhatyanyonyamubhayostejasi tejasi sharasamvrute आवृत्य गोदसी स्वखं च ववृघातेर्कवह्निवत्. When the rays of the two Brahmastras combined, a great circle of fire, like the disk of the sun, covered all outer space and the whole firmament of planets. दृष्ट्वास्त्रतेजस्तु ततोर स्त्रीन् लोकान् प्रदहन्महत्. दृष्ट्वास्त्रतेजस्तु त्रिलोकान् प्रदहन्महत्. दह्यमानाः प्रजा सर्वाः सांवर्तकमसंसत्. All the population of the three worlds was scorched by the combined heat of the weapons. Everyone was reminded of the Samvartaka fire which takes place at the time of annihilation. Prajopadravamalaksya lokavyatikaraṁ ca tam matam ca vasudevasya sanjahararjunodvayam. Thus, seeing the disturbance of the general populace and the imminent destruction of the planets, Arjuna at once retracted both Brahmastra weapons as the Lord Krishna desired. Tata asadyatarasa dharunam gautami sutam babandhamarshatam rakshaha pashum yashanaya yatha pashum rasanaya yata. Arjuna, his eyes blazing in anger like the two red balls of copper, dexterously arrested the son of Gautami and brought him with ropes like an animal. Shibiraya ninishantam rajvabadvaripumbalat praharjunam प्रकृपितो प्राहार्जुनं प्रकृपितो Bhagavan Ambujekshanah. After binding Ashwathama, Arjuna wanted to take him to the military camp. The personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, looked on with his lotus eyes, spoke to angry Arjuna. Mainam partar Mainam partarhasi tratum brahmabandhumimam jahi yosavanagasa suptan avadhin nishibalakan. Lord Sri Krishna said, O Arjuna, you should not show mercy by releasing this relative of a Brahmana, Brahmabandhu, for he has killed innocent boys in their sleep. Mattam pramatta munmattam suptam balam shriyam jadam prapannam viratam bhitam naripum hanti dharmavit. A person who knows the principles of religion does not kill an enemy who is careless, intoxicated, insane, asleep, afraid, or devoid of his chariot, nor does he kill a boy, a woman, a foolish creature, or a surrendered soul. Swaprananyaf parapranaihi prapushnat yagrunah kalaha tadvadastasya hi shreyo yadoshadhyatyadav puman. A cruel and wretched person who maintains his existence at the cost of others' lives deserves to be killed for his own well-being, otherwise he will go down by his own actions. Pratishrutam cha bhavata panchalyai shrunvato mama ahirishye shirastasya yaste manini putraha. Furthermore, I have personally heard you promise Draupadi that you will bring forth the head of the killer of her sons. Tadasau vadyatam papa atataya atatayatma bandhuha Bhartushcha vipriyam veera krutavan kulapamsanaha. This man is an assassin and murderer of your own family members. Not only that, he has also dissatisfied his master. He is but the burnt remnants of his family. Kill him immediately. Suta uvacha evam parikshata dharmam prartah krishnena choditaha naichadhyantam gurusutam yadyapyatmahanam mahatmahan. Sutta Goswami said, although Sri Krishna, who was examining Arjuna in religion, encouraged Arjuna to kill the son of Duryodhana, Arjuna, a great soul, did not like the idea of killing him, although Ashwathama was a heinous murderer of Arjuna's family members. Atopetya kashibiram Atopetya kashibiram Atopetya swashibiram Govinda priya saratihi Nyavedayattam priyayau Shocha, Shauchan, Sauchantya, Atmajan Hatan. After reaching his own camp, Arjuna, along with his dear friend and charioteer Sri Krishna, entrusted the murderer unto his dear wife, who was lamenting for her murdered sons. Tataham Pashuvat Tatahritam Pashuvat Pashavadham Avangmukham Karmajuhupsitena Nirikshya Krishnapakrutam Guroh Sutam Vamasvabhava Krupaya Nanamacha Vamasvabhava Krupaya Nanamacha. Sri Sutta Goswami said, Draupadi then saw Ashwatthama, who was bound with ropes like an animal and silent for having enacted the most inglorious murder. Due to her female nature and due to her being naturally good and well behaved, she showed him due respect as a Brahmana. Uvacha chasahantyasya bandhananayanam sati mucyatamesha brahmano niratam guruhu. She could not tolerate Ashwatthama being bound by ropes and being a devoted lady. She said, Release him, for he is a Brahmana, our spiritual master. Sarahasyo dhanurvedaha savisargopasamyamaha astraghramascha bhavata shishikto yadanugrahat. It was by Dronacharya's mercy that you learned the military art of throwing arrows and the confidential art of controlling weapons. Sayesha Bhagavan Dronaha Prajarupena Vartate Tasyatmanordham Patnyaste Nanvagadvirasu Krukrupi. He, Dronacharya, is certainly still existing, being represented by his son. His wife Krupi did not undergo a sati with him because she had a son. Taddharmagnya Mahabhaga Bhagavad Bir Gauravam Kulam Vrujinam Narhati Praptum Pujyam Bhandyamabhikshanaha. O most fortunate one, who knows the principles of religion, it is not good for you to cause grief to glorious family members who are always respectable and worshipful. Marodidhasya janani Gautami Pati Devata Yataham Mrutavatsarta Rodim Yashrumukhi Muhuhu. My lord, do not make the wife of Dronacharya cry like me. I am aggrieved for the death of my sons. She did not cry constantly like me. She need not cry constantly like me. Yaih kopitam brahmakulam rajanyairajitatmabihi tatkulam pradahatyashu manubandam sucharpitam. If the kingly administrative order, being unrestricted in sense control, offends the Brahmana order and enrages them, then the fire of rage burns the whole body of the royal family and brings grief upon all. Sutta uvacha dharmyam nyayam sakarunam nirvyalekam samam mahat raja dharmasuto rajnyaha pratyanandadvacho dvijaha. Suta Goswami said, O Brahmanas, King Yudhishthira fully supported the statements of the queen, which were in accordance with the principles of religion and were justified, glorious, full of mercy and equity, and without duplicity. Nakulas sahadevascha yuyudhano dhananjayaha bhagavan devaki putro ye chanye yascha yoshitaha. Nakula and Sahadeva, the younger sons of the king, and Satyaki, Arjuna, and the personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, son of Devaki, and the ladies and others, all unanimously agreed with the king. Tatraha marshito bhimaha tasya shreyan vadas smrutaha na bharturnatmanascharte yohan suptan shishun vrutha. Bhima, however, disagreed with them and recommended killing this culprit, who, in an angry mood, had murdered sleeping children for no purpose and for neither his nor his master's interest. Nishamya Bhima Gaditam Draupadyascha Chaturbujaha Alokya Vadanam Sakyur Idamaha Hasanniva. Chaturpuja, the four-armed one, or the personality of Godhead, after hearing the words of Bhima, Draupadi and others, saw the face of his dear friend Arjuna, and he began to speak as if smiling. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Brahmavandur Hantavya Atatayi Vadarhanaha Mayaivo Bhayamamnatam. Paripahyanushasanam Kuru Pratishrutam Satyam Yattat Priyam Vipriyam cha Bhimasenasya Panchalya Mahyameva cha. The personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, said, a friend of a Brahmana is not to be killed, but if he is an aggressor, he must be killed. All these rulings are in the scriptures, and you should act accordingly. You have to fulfill your promise to your wife, and you must also act to the satisfaction of Bhimasena and me. A friend of a Brahmana is not to be killed, but if he is an aggressor, he must be killed. Suta Uvacha Arjuna Sahasajnaya Harer Hardamadhasina Manim Jahara Murdhanyam Dvijasya Saha Murdhajam. Just then Arjuna could understand the motive of the Lord by his equivocal orders, and thus with his sword he severed both hair and jewel from the head of the Ashwatthama. Vimucha Rashana Baddham Valahat बालहत्याहतप्रभं तेजसा मणिना हीनं शिबिरान्निरयापयत्. He, Ashwatthama, had already lost his bodily lustre due to infanticide, and now, moreover, having lost the jewel from his head, he lost even more strength. Thus he was unbound and driven out of the camp. Vapanam द्रविणादानं स्थानान् निर्यापणं तथा येष हि ब्रह्मबन्धूनां वदो नान्योऽस्ति दैहिकः येष हि ब्रह्मबन्धूनां वधो नान्योऽस्ति दैहिकः. Cutting the hair from the head, depriving him of his wealth, and driving him from his residence are prescribed punishments for the relative of a Brahmana. There is no injunction of killing the body. Putra shokaturas sarve pandavasah krishnaya swanam mrutanam yat krityam chakrurnirharanadhikam. Thereafter, the sons of Pandu and Draupadi, overwhelmed with grief, performed the proper rituals for the dead bodies of their relatives. Thus ends chapter entitled The Son of Drona Punished. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.